Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm going to show you something that I do in my own SEO audits. And what I'm going to show you is something that I applied to one of my own pages, and I'm going to show you what happened as a result. What specifically the part that I'm going to focus on today is analyzing what Google is actually ranking and making changes based on what Google is favoring, looking for common elements of pages that seem to be doing well. And how this video came about today, there's a group of people that I talk to. There are other people who build websites. They own businesses where they build websites, design them, develop them, market them. And we started going down a rabbit hole talking about different things. And we were talking about, is design and SEO separate from one another? And people are saying we do these things if it's a web design thing, and then we do these other things if it's SEO. Anybody that you talk to, they're going to do different things for SEO. Some people only do technical SEO. Some people only do content. Some people do mostly link building. Some people do a combination of that. So every place that you go to, unless it's a incredibly huge agency, is going to do something a little bit different with that. But what I said to people, you can disagree with this, you can agree with this, but what I said is web design is a part of SEO. And that's something that I truly believe, that web design is part of SEO. What you choose to put on the page, what you don't put on the page is a part of making that page rank. And I think a lot of people think that SEO might be messing with the title tags or the descriptions, or maybe figuring out what keywords are in the text. But I want to show you how deep that really goes and things that I really look for in my own SEO audits. And I hope that you can learn something from this, because I want to show you exactly what I did for this page. So this is a page on my site. This is just a landing page for Sacramento SEO services. So anybody that's in Sacramento, I want them to come to this page. I want them to find this page if they're looking for an SEO company. Now, a lot of people, like other SEO consultants like Nick Eubanks, Brendan Hufford, you've probably heard them talk about how this type of keyword is a vanity keyword. But a lot of SEOs, they seem to want to rank for all these different types of city plus SEO keywords. I've had a couple prospects come through this particular page from the local area. Not all of them end up becoming clients. I've had more people actually just find me through YouTube or another one of my articles on SEO than this landing page. But it's something that, it's nice to try and rank for. So let's show you this first. So how we do SEO audits. This is a page that I put up. This is a blog post. It details pretty much how I do a SEO audit. It talks about the different things that I do. You can find this video, how to do an SEO audit in 2019. So it goes through all the steps, all the tools that I use. It's not super complicated, but it does take a lot of time because you actually have to analyze stuff. You can't just push a button and have it tell you do XYZ and you'll rank number one. You actually have to analyze what you're seeing. So this particular section here, what's ranking above you? What can we learn from this? This is in many ways one of the most important parts of this SEO audit. The part that almost nobody does, looking for real patterns, identifying searcher intent, showing you what kind of content you need to create to rank for specific search terms. What we usually do is you take selected keyword phrases, we do an analysis of Google, we list 1 through 10, we look at the exact searcher intent for each search result, I take notes on it. So for each keyword that I do this for, I'm looking at 10 results and just writing down what I see. And it takes a little bit of time. So I can't just push a button and make it happen. I actually have to look at stuff. So again, looking at what Google is trying to rank, like this quote here, no matter how hard you try, you aren't going to rank an e-commerce sales page on page 1 of Google for a given search term if every result on page 1 is an informational page. So that's going against the grain. But what you need to do instead is make an informational page for that term. That's the established pattern. So basically, this is looking for the patterns that have already emerged in Google the patterns that Google is already favoring, trying to work with that. So now that I've shown you that, let's look at Sacramento SEO. I'm just going to Google this term. There's a couple other terms that come up here. I want to show you something really quick. So we'll say we're searching from Sacramento. This is a tool, by the way, this is a tool that I use called KW Finder. And you can search keywords and you can basically mimic searching for a different city or a country or a county. And you can kind of see what people are seeing. So I want to show you something here. Okay, so this is, we'll actually refresh this. So this is Sacramento SEO. This is the most generic term. This says 260 searches per month. This is, I've seen this go as high as like 300, 350. And you'll notice, let's actually refresh this. We'll just do a fetch a new search engine thing. Okay, so a lot of the same players have always been here. And I'll show you these different ones. I'll open each of these up. And okay, so we're still in the top 10. That's good. Did I get this one? All right, so we're gonna open all these up. And sometimes this is a little bit different, but this is what it is. Okay, that's a new one right there. Okay, so here's all the results. Also look at this one, Sacramento SEO company. Okay, so we're well, this is 9 days ago. Let's see where we are now. Yeah, okay, so I'm still number 3. That's good. It's a lot of the same ones, so we'll just look at this. 1, 2, let's see if there's anybody else in here. Okay, anybody else? Sacramento SEO expert. Let's look at that one. Okay, pretty much most of the same ones. Oh, this is 9 days ago. Hold on. 9 days. Okay, so this is just now. Okay, so it's mostly the same. Wonder what this clip is. Let's take a look. I don't know what that is. Okay, hold on. Gotta find it. Where's this YouTube? I don't know who this guy is. Okay, that is a truly remarkable deal. Sacramento Internet Marketing Agency, Inc. Okay. I'm not even going to watch this. These types of videos, they usually go up in the rankings for a little while and then they bounce out. This is from a year ago. Google must be surfacing this. Okay. But I'm going to show you something here. So here's all the stuff that's been up for this. We'll even include Shane Barker here. Okay. So pretty much this is everything for Sacramento SEO company, Sacramento SEO expert. And what I did is before we go any further, let me show you what my page used to look like. Actually, let's go to 2019. Good old Wayback Machine. Let's look at what it looked like in January of 2019. Okay. This is a baseline of what it looked like. And the reason why I'm showing you this is I want to show you what changes I actually made. Oh, uh-oh. That's not right. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Okay. Okay, and the reason why I'm showing you this is I want to show you what changes I made over time. Okay, so this other one from January 2019, the styling didn't take. But this is, I just want to show you what changes I actually made after looking at everything. So in 2018, around this time, about a year ago, I was down around page 2 for this term. I wasn't on page 1 at all. So it starts out, we got a banner. We got the headline that says Sacramento SEO Services. We got this talking about industrial companies in Sacramento, some text, blah, 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 blah. Proud to be based here in the 916. We got our headquarters here. Here's our directions. More text, text, text. Local case studies. Here's some testimonials. Boom, boom, boom. Couple right here. All right, and then again, text in the sub headlines, the H2s, Sacramento SEO company, mention Sacramento Valley here, mention SEO a few times, and then the form. Okay, so basically from the banner image, we have some sub-headlines that mention Sacramento a couple times, 916, nothing there. Local case studies from Sacramento, that's it, and then the form. Okay, so you've seen that. This is what it is today. And before we get to that, I'm going to show you what it looks like today. So we got the banner with a picture of the Tower Bridge, which is a famous landmark in Sacramento. The Tower Bridge, the Capitol building, this ziggurat that you see in the background there. A couple other buildings like downtown skyline, some of the Delta Queen, a riverboat. Those are kind of like the local landmarks here in Sacramento. So now we have this. The first sub headline is talking about, has the company name, Sacramento SEO company is still there. A little bit of text. We added Sacramento SEO companies up here. Sacramento SEO agency, block quote. Now you're going to notice this right here. I added this icon section, some of our SEO capabilities. Now the things that I put here were not random. I actually thought about putting stuff here, and I'm going to show you that in just a second, but we talk about on-page optimization, SEO reporting, content marketing, link building. We partner with you, revenue growth. Okay, so we got 6 icons here and 6 like little pillars with things that we do. All right. Next, we added this little screenshot. We're one of the top rated Sacramento SEO experts according to Clutch, which we are. If you go to clutch.co's landing page for SEO companies in Sacramento, we will either be number 1 or we will be number 2. Okay. So we're one of the top 2 always out of 88 companies. Also, we added this little banner to expertise.com. We're one of the top 8. You can go check that. There's a link to that right there. And I didn't do this for EAT. I just basically did this just to show the links. This isn't really for EAT. Google already knows about these pages, but it's more just to show trust signals. And I'll show you why in just a second too. So, and again, 3 best rated, put that. We put a video here. Now, interesting. So a video, Sacramento, California, SEO company. There's the Sacramento skyline. You see that, right? So based here in the 916, again, the directions, that's still there. This section is the same. Colleagues vouch for our skills. Internet marketing. I think I changed the wording. Internet marketing. Can we get your company to rank higher in Google and Bing? We mentioned Google and Bing. Sacramento SEO case studies. This part is pretty much the same. Okay. This part's the same. Who should you trust? And then the form at the bottom. And then a map. We have a map. So all the things that changed from the old version of the page to this one. We added a map. Okay, map. We added these icons with specific things that we're talking about. We added these proof. I guess you would call them trust signals. Not really logos or anything like that, but trust signals that were rated very high in Clutch, expertise, and 3 best rated, and then a video. So those are all the things that are different. So, and then we added some more text. We added actually more text than was here before. I think the word count went up from the old page. I want to say it was way less. We added just more text. And there's a reason why I did that. And I want to show you why. So if we look at all the different ones that are ranking high, not this one. Hold on, okay. So all the different ones that are ranking for Sacramento SEO over time. And remember, we started on page 2. We're at number 6 right there. We're at number 8 right there. We're at number 3 for Sacramento SEO company. I want to show you this too. If you just search, this is an Ahrefs. But it's got us at number 3 also for Sacramento SEO Company when we went up over the last month. Sacramento SEO Expert up, Sacramento SEO went up, SEO Sacramento. Pretty much most of these were up. Now, some of them were down, like web design were down. Now, mind you, like 3 years ago, we were ranking number 1 for Sacramento WordPress web design. But we changed the whole focus of our site to not emphasize that anymore because we were number 1 for WordPress web design in Sacramento, but I just didn't want to rank number 1 for that anymore. So you'll notice web design all went down, but SEO is gone up. And that took a lot of effort. But let's look at the other pages that are ranking high. Okay, so this particular company has ranked number 1 for a long time. Now, I have my own theories about why, but just looking at the page, there's a lot of things. They have a headline that says Sacramento SEO for this. Now, this is their homepage. 2, they have all these different pages, but these don't really rank for these particular things. They also have some other cities that they target, and they seem to do pretty well for those. But they have reviews. That's one of the things we had. They have a case study here. They have all these different things. So they mention reports. They mention support. They mention some other things. Laser focused targeting. I don't think we mentioned that. They have these tabs here. They have a lot of text. I think the total on this, they have all these different sections here. Blog posts at the bottom. Okay. Okay, so SEO company, Sacramento SEO company. There's all this keyword text in here. Cool. A video. This is a Google Webmasters blog video on how to hire SEO. That's cool. Web design, social media marketing. They mention inbound marketing. I know that they're doing this for specific reasons. The total word count on this page, I think when I checked it last time, it was about 2,400 words. So that was one of the things that I did was add more words, but not just because of this page. When I looked at all the pages that were in the top 10, they seemed to have a certain amount of words that Google was trying to gravitate toward. So some of them had less, some of them had a little bit more, but I knew that where we were at, I think it was like 800 words. So we had to get closer to whatever the top was, and that's something we did. Okay, so forum at the top, that's probably something I could do. There's this button for a free SEO audit. That's not something I'm interested in doing. Okay, so this guy is usually been number 2 for the past couple of years for the Sacramento SEO terms. He's got a picture of a Sacramento landmark. It's got Sacramento SEO Expert. He's got a button for free video analysis. And again, this is something that I'm not interested in, but probably something that I should put there because the top 2 people seem to have it. So this is discovery. Yeah, there's a form down here. It's like a gravity form or something. So some stock photography. Some stuff. Here's a video. So this is one of the reasons why I added a video, because this is a common theme that I saw in a lot of these pages. Okay, lots of words on this page. Free consultation. That's probably something that I could add to my site, probably help. Now notice they have icons, different icons. So talking about partnership, growth. Actually, you know what? In reporting, I want to say that this is copied from somebody else, or it's very closely patterned from somebody else. It's, I want to say like Cotton Grammar or one of these places that teaches you how to be SEO. I'm pretty sure that this is very close to this. Cotton Grammar, by the way, too, used to be ranking in the top 10 for this, for all these terms until very, very recently. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let's take a look. Cotton Grammar. Let's see. This was the landing page that was in the top 10 until very recently. There was another place. Okay, so this is, again, free website, report card. Some trust logos. This one also has like the icons. I think this is what I based it off of too. I said this has icons. So exposure, grow, revenue, reports. Some of these things, contracts. I think this is the same thing the other guy did. Partner, dominate. Okay. This guy is based out of Orlando, by the way. There was another company that was actually in the top 10 very recently for Sacramento SEO. Okay, so this was a page that was also ranking very high in Sacramento. There was a page here. It's not there anymore. This is a company based out of Connecticut. It's one of those things where they're just trying to rank for a bunch of different cities. This was not the page that was there before, but this is what's there now. Okay, so anyway, there was a page here for this too that was ranking, but it's not there anymore. Okay, basically. So you can see the icons. That's the same thing that we saw on the Cotton Grammar site. You know, he's saying we rank number 1 for these things, which it kind of fluctuates, but let's just get in the keywords in there some more. All this text, you'll notice text, 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 a lot of text. All this is here basically just to hit a word count, quite honestly. So call to action button again, a AdWords certified professional. I don't know that they are, but it's there. Okay, so another commonality, Sacramento SEO. Let's look at this. So this one has a skyline that is not Sacramento. That looks like maybe New York or Toronto or somewhere else, but this is not. I'm not even sure where this is, but this is definitely not Sacramento. Okay, so you know they have images here. That's another reason why I added some of these things. I didn't have any images on this page before. If you remember the 2018 version, I didn't have any images. I could probably stand to add some more images to this. I should probably add one more image. But again, let's take a look. Do they have icons? They have all this kind of keyword stuff in here. They mention SEO, search engine, blah, 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 blah. Okay. See, here's all the keyword laden text. They're bolding the words Sacramento SEO, expert, agency, firm, all that stuff. Great. But again, they're adding all this stuff to hit a word count because they noticed Google's looking for a certain word count. And then a video. So that's why I added mine. And a map. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Golden Gate SEO. Okay, so again, icons. Right? They got icons in these little columns. They're showing you what they can do. I probably should add something like this. How to outrank your competitors. Because I noticed this call to action button is in a lot of places. So again, they're offering a free website audit. They're just going to run it through an automated tool that gives you a one-page report. And that's going to be their lead magnet. I'd done that before. The leads that I got were really weak. So I stopped doing it. So they have the same thing here. Icons. So exposure, traffic, revenue, masterminds, domination, partners, reports, contracts. Same thing we saw here. It's almost the same words. Very interesting. So a big Google partner thing doesn't mean they're a Google partner. Oh, verified by 10 SEOs. Great. how to choose Sacramento SEO expert. Picture of Sacramento. There's the Delta Queen. There's the skyline of Sacramento. All this text just to hit a word count. You can barely read this stuff. This contrast is terrible. So I bet you if I added more stuff, it'd probably go up. So get started now. This goes to a discovery page. By the way, I will tell you something too. Oh, so this is a discovery forum. I bet you in a lot of ways that there are SEO companies in your city that have multiple sites like these. Because this site, I believe it's this site, is closely affiliated with one of these other sites that we looked at before. A lot of these people kind of have the same thing, but they have like more than one site, and that's how they throw up multiple sites in order to reach maximum people, which is fine. That's great. I think that's good. Anyway, so you'll notice the icons, videos, those are things that were in common. That's why I added those. Now this guy, Zers Media. Now the last time I looked at this page, it was really long. It was like 10,000 words long. So that's cool. So it's very much like a sales page. He shows screenshots of what he's done and actual Google Analytics. I think this page is pretty much the same as it was. You know, he's got these different things. This layout is a little bit different, but it's a very long page. I do believe that there's a map right here. This is him. Okay. But again, very long. Here's like client reviews again. That's something that you should probably have. So here's what he charges for his different plans. Why don't you look at that again? This is what he charges for his different plans. I'm not saying this is bad or good. I'm just saying. It's just interesting. But I believe this is pretty much the same. This is like, this is about 10,000 words long. But again, here's the icons with the different columns of what they do. So that's why I added those to mine. Technical SEO, keyword research, analytics, maintenance, on-page optimization, reports, and all these different things. So certain phrases that I saw in a lot of different places, if it was something I did, I wanted to add it to my icons. So a video, again, you're seeing things that are in common. Okay, where are we at now? Okay, so get on the map. I know this person. Okay, so this is a little different. We're showing a GIF or a short video of Sacramento on a map. Button for a free SEO audit. Click for free analysis. Again, if I wanted to give stuff away for free, this is probably something that would help me rank higher. Probably would. But because I'm selling the in-depth SEO audit, this is not something I'm interested in. And the leads that I got from this in the past were really weak. So not something I'm interested in, but I should actually put some sort of call to action button up near the top. Okay, so picture the person button, and again, the icons with the columns. Notice this. Notice the pattern. Testimonials. Here's some trust signals. Here's the groups she's spoken to. Here's reviews and a form. Contrast on that is pretty poor. I would probably change that. I can barely read that. And a map again. Okay. Now, some of the other ones that are in here, they were lists like Upcity and Clutch. Again, you'll see we're number 2 here. I know this guy too. But we're always like 1 or 2, so it's 92 firms. Okay, so this is a newer one that I've seen very recently. So big headline, Sacramento SEO company, right? Here we go. Here's our thing for a free audit or whatever this is. Comprehensive website review. Again, I don't like trying to do this because I know that it would make my site rank higher if I had something like this. I know it would because I see it on so many of these other ones. And it's a common element, but it just, people don't follow up with the paid audit. They just don't. So that's why I don't like having this. Okay. So I haven't looked at this page. This is the first time I'm looking at it. So a lot of keyword rich stuff. You notice that. Subheadlines, it's there. But he has, or they, I should say, he or she, or they, have the same types of things. They have the icons with little headlines of what they're going to do. I've never understood these. Okay, but okay. Video. Okay. So actually, in just analyzing all these different ones, there is something that I'm seeing. I should probably add at least one more image to the actual body of my page, because aside from these icons, I don't have and the banner at the top, I don't have enough images. That's probably something that I should add. Okay, you'll notice a lot of words on this page and a form at the bottom. One thing I want to point out here is they don't have, or 917, that might be a new area code for Sacramento. If you have a local, nope, 917, okay. 917 is actually New York. So this might be, it says 971. So you got that, that's a typo. Okay, so this is either Portland or New York, depending on what their typo was here, 917 or 971. Okay, actually they are in New York. They're in New York right here. That's what it says. But though it has a address here that's in Sacramento, which is really odd, because right here it says they're in New York. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. And by the way, this is a house, so I'm not sure. Okay, so this is another one, Upcity, that looks like they recently redesigned this. Again, these are landing pages. So these are, a lot of these are paid. This is paid, paid, paid. Okay, okay, some of these people stopped paying. We're in the web design one. We're not in this one, so that's something I need to fix. That'd probably help. Okay, so this is another one. Again, with the Sacramento SEO services button. What we do, that's a button. Maybe I should put a button up there. Free consultation, they have a button. That is probably something that I should put up there. Because these all go to, okay, the contact page. A video here. Or no, that's not, is that a video? Nope, not a video. Okay. But they have the same thing. They have the icons, little headline, little blurb of text. Same thing, you notice that, right? Okay. Link to the case studies. And then a whole bunch of text just to make the page longer. Got to do that because, again, Google is favoring pages that are about, 14, 15, 1600 words or more on this first page. Though there's a couple exceptions, but most of them are in that area. Okay, so this one, digital canvas, again, this just says search engine optimization. They have a little kind of stock photo of SEO, little deal. But they have the same thing. They have the icons, right? There's some FAQs, bunch of text that's optimized for SEO. So Google thinks this is about SEO. And then a call to action. And this goes to a professional SEO audit. That might be something I should do. That should probably be something that I do. Okay, so another and more icons. Great. That's awesome. Now, they didn't have a video. They have a local number. That's good. And what else? This is the last one. This has a banner. Click Talk with an Expert. Gives you estimates. I'm not sure I like this page so much. This contrast is really bad. That's a pretty short page. So this is one of the shorter pages. That's it. But one of the things that I wanted you to notice is with most of these, they have the icons. A lot of them have a video, and a lot of them are a certain length. Now, when I changed my page to add these icons and the little descriptions of like little things that you get, and I added these little parts, and I added this video, and added more text, because some of these like little sections I just added just to make it longer. And pretty much nothing else, though I might add, though I'll tell you I might add a couple other things to this now that I've looked at this again. I think it might be good. Might add a call to action button up here. And I think that I might add another image, like a little stock photo of SEO, a little cheesy photo or something. Like this. Because a lot of these have that. They have a cheesy little photo, you know. But that's what happened. I'm no longer on page 2. I'm actually ranking pretty high for some of these things. So Sacramento SEO Company, I'm number 3. Expert, number 7. The generic Sacramento SEO, number 7. But these all went up. And that's something that after I made those changes. We'll even do this. Let's do location. So even for the generic terms, and I'm just looking at Sacramento here. So for just SEO Company, and if you're searching from Sacramento, I went up to number 10 from number 23. I went to number 12 for SEO Firm from, what is that, number 53. SEO Agency, I went down, and Services, I went down a little bit. But for just SEO Services, the generic term went up like a little bit. That's no big deal. But this is encouraging. This kind of means that I'm on the right path overall. Now, mind you, I don't think I got any additional links to this particular page. I got the links. I did get extra links to my homepage, but not to this particular page during that time. I'd have to double check though. But this is basically just from looking at what else is already ranking and making changes based on that. So what I do in the SEO audit is actually look at each of those terms, write down what I'm seeing, and then that way I know what needs to go in the page, what elements actually need to be in the page. A bit of a long video, but again, this is what I do when I'm doing an SEO audit. I'm looking for common elements. I'm looking for things that are in common with all the pages that are ranking on page 1. What things do each of those pages have in common? To sum up, SEO and web design, they're part of the same thing. To sum up, you cannot separate SEO from web design. Web design is part of SEO. They're not two separate things. What you put on the page and how you design the pages, it really makes a difference. So be sure to scope your competition, look for commonalities, look for what Google is already favoring and an already emergent pattern of what Google favors before you just make a site. Really analyze what's going to rank. You should be looking more at what Google is already ranking versus what is appearing on Dribbble or Behance or anything like that. Don't look at the designers so much as look at what elements you need to have on the page. Hope that makes sense. My name's John Locke. My business Lockdown Design and SEO. And I'm here every single day making videos on SEO. I hope to see you tomorrow. I'll be there. And until next time, peace.